Hey Tatiana, how are you? Hey Carlos, I'm doing good. Thank you. Thank you very much, Tatiana. I'm gonna start writing the information on the board. That way, if you guys want to start writing your notes, you can get a little uh, lead on those who are just showing up. Hey, what's up, Creighton, Jada, Janaya? How are you all? I'm starting to write the notes down. That way, if you guys wanted to start doing that, you all can get that jump in early. I'm going to also be informing you guys of something coming up once you are all in. I'm glad to hear that. Creighton, how have you been feeling without sports? No sports. You've been watching the Ocho, all those goofy sports. I'm gonna give about 2 more minutes for people to come in to see who shows up today, and then we'll start diving in. Hey, Janella. And yeah, man, 2K. It's the imagination of basketball. Same thing with Madden. I've on Instagram. They've been showing like old highlight videos of some of like the greatest games or plays by certain players. It's been great. Guys, make sure you have your notebooks out so that you can take these notes. And I will be going over these in just a minute. Hey, what's up, Sam? All right, guys. So, if you guys have your packet open to chapter 18, last time we did prepositional phrases, we fell off before we had participial phrases and appositives. I'm not sure if I had already put the notes up, but I'm going to do it again just so that you guys can have that information. And we're going to go over this. I also today want to let you guys know that next class, since we're doing the 2 week schedule, you are going to have your English Lord of the Flies, chapter 10 through 12, final test. I'm going to make a Google Classroom and I will add that up there. Miss Schatz is helping me um, learn Google Classroom a bit. So you'll have that. Also, make sure that you're getting to me your book packets. I'm sorry, not book packets, your short story packets. The Legionnaires packet that I provided to you guys, make sure you're filling that out and getting that to me, getting your pictures in. The end of the marking period is April 2nd. That is the last day of the marking period. And I want you guys to be able to have everything in without worrying about extra time. So that gives you 2 or 3 days to get everything in. Yeah, I will not forget to send you guys the code. I will send that to you, and once I have it all situated and organized, you'll all have access to that at the same time. You send them to the same email that you get the links to. So, like, if you have someone in the classroom that hasn't participated in any of the classes yet, let them know to just respond to the person who sent the email with the class links. It's the same email, and I can review it from there and easily put grades in the same day. I've gotten most grades in thus far as they've come in. All right. So, an appositive phrase, guys, is a phrase made of an appositive, and I'll write the definition of an appositive right above it, just in case you guys don't know, and its modifiers. An appositive phrase is going to describe the noun or pronoun that it is attached to in the sentence. So, if I could give you an example of an appositive phrase, I'll write it in red up at the top. Let me bump that up for you guys. So let's say the first thing I wrote was the boy raced ahead to the finish line. Right? Let's say that was my basic statement. The boy raced ahead to the finish line. If I want to turn this into an appositive phrase by adding an appositive to it, it would then go, how did he race to the finish line? I don't know. Let's add an appositive to this. We would, in between the boy and raced ahead to the finish line. So I'm going to erase all this just so I can have more space to write what I want to write. So the boy, comma, the boy was what? And why did he race to the finish line? The boy was an avid sprinter. Meaning he loved to sprint. He trained in sprinting. He is familiar with the race setting. All right. So this would be the edited version. The edited version is the boy, an avid sprinter, raced to the finish line. The base sentence was the boy raced to the finish line. The appositive that we added in here, the appositive that we have added into this equation is an avid sprinter. This describes the boy. The boy is what? He's an avid sprinter. So we are now describing the boy and his activity. He's a runner, a sprinter specifically. He's not doing the long jump in track. He's not shot put. He is an avid sprinter and he raced to the finish line. And a positive should always go directly before or directly after the noun or pronoun. So the boy, it would go right after him or directly before him. You are never, ever, ever going to find an appositive all the way at the far end of a sentence, and you're not going to find it attached to the thing it's not described. If it's talking about the boy, it's going to be directly next to the boy. Always remember that about appositives. They're always directly before or after the noun or pronoun that they are modifying. I know I may have said that fast, but at the end, you'll be able to go through and rewatch it in video form for notes. Next, participial phrase. So I know we've talked about participials in class before last year when I gave you your grammar packet. Participial phrases include a participle, which is a word formed from a verb and can be used as an adjective. A participial, what does it do? It shows relationship, right? Between yeah, I did participial. The participle all right. It shows a relationship between the verb and the thing it's participating in, with, etc. Ends. One thing you want to know is that it ends in ing endings or ed endings. All right. I'm going to give you guys an example of a participial phrase. I'll write it in black at the bottom. All right, let me know if you can see this. All right. So in this one, if you look and see the horse, right, hopes you have an apple. That's the basic statement, right? But what is it doing? The participial phrase that we are looking for, it's trotting up to the fence. This is exactly what it's doing. All right? You can tell this is a participial phrase because the verb right after the horse, what's it doing? It's got that ing word, all right? Your participial phrase is always going to have an ing or an ed ending. All right, that is what it's participating in doing. All right, if you can look out for that word, participial, if you look here, has participate. Okay, if you flip to the next page in your packet, you're going to see exercise 3 is right there. Okay, I want you guys for homework to work on exercise 3. All right, and I'm going to try to get us into exercise 4 as well. That way you have 2 exercises to get through for this week for homework. Okay, with my class, I gave you guys enough packet work that I believed will get us to the end of the marking period. We're doing chapter 18 right now, and your next chapter packet, chapters 21, we will be saving that for the start of the 4th marking period. So hold on to that for yourself and just make sure you're always prepared, okay? I gave you guys all of the information physically. That way you guys would have a secure and simple way to complete your work. So exercise 3 right now is definitely assigned. And once you guys have these notes, I'm going to start the using compound subjects and verbs section. That way you guys can get to exercise 4. I'm going to get out of your way. That way you have a minute or 2 to copy this. Just in the chat, write done when you have all of the notes. When you have these notes, write done. All right, I see 5 dones. There's 8 people in, so I'm going to wait to see a couple more and then I'll move on. This packet is the chapter 18 chapter packet from the textbook. This is the one where you're going to find your exercises, Creighton. If you're asking about what packet, like your short reading, for you guys have the Legionnaires short reading packet. Hey, Dejan, good to see you're here. So you guys had the Edgar Allan Poe packet and the Legionnaires. Make sure you're getting the Legionnaires one to me as soon as possible. I've only gotten one copy of the Legionnaires one thus far. All right, Janai is done. I need one more done. Carlos, let me know when you got that done. Sam, if your screen froze, just back out and get back in. We're not frozen. Are you missing the Edgar Allan Poe packet? Which one are you missing, Creighton? Let me know which one you're missing. You don't have chapter 21? Does anyone else not have chapter 21? All right, if you guys don't have chapter 21, it is uploaded to Alma, but I will try to get you guys copies of that as soon as possible. Are you... So, Sam, you don't have it either? Okay. All right, so I'm going to erase this, and we're going to move on. You don't have it either, DJ? That's totally fine. All right. So next are compound subjects and verbs. Okay? When you hear compound subject or compound verb, what do you guys think of? Anything? In the chat, let me know what you think of when you think of a compound verb or a compound subject. If you just looked a little bit ahead and you have the answer, that's okay too. This is your time to flex in the chat. Compound. A compound subject and a compound verb. What are they? Okay, that's fine if you forget, Ariana. All right, Janella, you said you think... Janelle, are you saying I do, meaning you do have chapter 21? Or that you know what a compound subject and verb is? If so, write it in the chat. All right. A compound subject and a compound verb, okay, they are going to have something together called a coordinating conjunction, right? So you're going to see, for example, two sentences. And these two sentences, I want to ask, are they talking about the same thing, right? So Zebras have stripes. Right? Zebras have stripes. That's a super simple sentence. Right? Next, comparison contrast is 21. All right? So zebras have stripes. Tigers have. All right. So this sentence, zebras have stripes. This sentence has tigers have stripes, right? So these are two simple sentences, right? You just have your subject being described. Zebras, the verb have stripes, right? Yes, the compare contrast data is chapter 21. All right. The way we make this into a compound is what do both of these have? Both tigers and zebras have stripes, right? So what do they both have? They both have stripes. Have stripes. So our two subjects, tigers and zebras, they both have stripes. Good. Good job, Creighton. That's exactly how you would do it. So it would be tigers and zebras both have stripes. You took two simple sentences that were describing. You're welcome, Jada. All right, Angel, I'm glad to see you're here. All right, so you took these two simple sentences, right, that were describing the way these animals looked, and you put it into one effective sentence. Tigers and zebras both have stripes. What is the compound here? We have a compound subject, okay, because we have two subjects here. Tigers, zebras. What do these two things have? They both have stripes. All right. Let's say we wanted to take and make this into compound subject and a compound verb. All right. So let's say in our first sentence, instead of they have stripes, we said something like, all right, so I'm going to erase this because you guys should be able to get the have stripes notes pretty easy. So let's say tigers and zebras live and graze in the we'll say they live and graze in the Sahara, right? Because they're both from that part of Africa. Well, tigers also live and graze. Their version of grazing would be hunting in the Sahara, right? Put a little bit of space in between them. All right. So, how do we take both our compounds subject and now our sentence with our verbs? How do we make these both compound? The way we would do that is what is our compound subject. We're going to do that in blue again. So tigers and zebras again. Tigers and zebras, right? So that is our compound subject. The next part that we would have, which is our compound verbs, would be tigers and zebras both live and graze in the Sahara. All right. So you're identifying your two things that you had in each individual sentence. So the two things with commonalities are tigers and zebras. Okay. And what did they both do? You can have the word both here, but you don't need to, right? So like if I had this sentence, tigers and zebras both live and graze in the Sahara, I'd be saying the same thing even if I said tigers and zebras live and graze in the Sahara. Okay? My hair might just be sticking up. I don't have anything in here. But that is an example of a compound subject and a compound verb. I'm going to now give you a little definition for that. But now that you've seen it in action, hopefully that makes it a lot easier. No. No paper. All right, guys. This is going to be the last note for today. So you guys are going to have exercise 3 and 4. All right. Sorry, my handwriting gets pretty bad on this side. I don't have a lot of space. Remember, guys, that also next class and before next class, be on the lookout for a Google Classroom. I'm going to be trying to make a quiz for the end of The Lord of the Flies. That way we can wrap up that book and move on to the fourth marking period. Do you guys have any questions for me at this time in regards to work that you need to turn in or things you don't have? Yes, DJ, you're going to be doing exercise 3 on page 506, and exercise 4 is on page 507. My day went all right yesterday. It's been kind of tough. My girlfriend's been dealing with allergies really bad, so it's really hard to know, how much help or support we need every day. But just trying to take care of each other and make sure every day gets better and that we're being healthy and making good choices. Um, just trying to stay inside and stay busy. I hope you guys are able to do a few different things at home. And this is a great time for you guys to discover new interests, to find things that will keep you entertained when times get slow like this. I know a lot of you guys aren't used to having this much time to yourself, but for people like me who grew up in the 90s before the internet, before a lot of this technology, you had to find ways to really occupy your time and dive into interests that you love. So use this time to find out that little bit of information about yourself, find out those interests, find out something that you can do if you can't go outside or if you don't have internet. That way, if those times ever happen, you have a few different things that you can do or dive into to separate and break down your day so you have more entertained time and less time where you're stuck in your thoughts. Online school, Sam. Honestly, I don't necessarily like it because I love being with you guys. I love your entertainment and reactions that you guys have when we have a class and you guys are all doing well and we're all focused but still have opportunities to laugh, and I get to see you guys smile and be happy, and I know you're safe and I know you're good. I live for that. Seeing you guys doing well, thriving and safe, that's what matters most to me. There you go, Carlos. Enjoy your time. I hope you find it and that you are able to, you know, binge or get all of those episodes in before we come back. Yeah, Janaya, if you have asthma, you got to be really careful. All it takes is just coming across one person or touching something that someone's coughed on within the last couple days. Just be safe. Yes, you can go for a walk. Just give yourself space from other people. If you want to talk to someone, call them up on the phone. All right? Just be smart about your decisions and what you guys are doing at this time. You guys can do watch parties if you have a webcam. You know, you could do a Twitch stream with friends. There's all different kinds of things available out there. I just want you guys to be safe, and I want it to be that when we come back, I'm able to see all of you guys again. I don't want any of you guys getting sick or harmed by this virus. So I'm going to leave this up here. Okay. Comment done when you have all of this down. And I want to make sure that you understand 3 and 4. And from there, just I'll see you next class. And I hope you guys are all doing well, safe, and secure. All right. I'll talk to you guys soon. Make sure you get your Legionnaires packet to me as soon as possible. Have a great rest of your day, guys.